If you've ever been a victim of domestic violence or intimate partner violence, you may at some point have asked yourself the same question that Tina Turner did. What's love got to do with it? Hi, I'm Dr. D. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor and relationship coach. And today I want to honor the legendary Tina Turner. I don't want to just highlight her musical talent and all of the songs that she's created, but I want to highlight her strength in adversity and resilience of being a survivor of domestic violence. Through her life, we have learned so many lessons of what it looks like to overcome the shame, the embarrassment, and really the weakness of being overcome by a partner who wants to abuse us. And today we're going to talk about what that looks like. If you've ever watched the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, you may remember the scene where Tina Turner is crossing lanes of traffic because she's running away from her abuser, her husband. And she's trying to get to a place of safety in the middle of the night with nothing. All she had was 36 cents in her hands. And she begged the hotel across the street to allow her to stay there, just promising that she would pay them back. And thankfully, that hotel owner and manager said, you know what, it's on me. It's okay. We got you. We'll keep you safe. How many victims of violence want to leave their abuser, but don't have the strength or the courage or feel like they have the financial means to do so? And how many victims of violence want to leave their situation but feel like they have nowhere to go or no one's willing to help them? Tina Turner was one of those women that showed us how it can be done. She had nothing but her name. Her name got her to where she needed to be. And with her name, despite all her adversities, she was able to rebuild her life at a later age. She met her abuser very young. And if you've seen some documentaries about her life, some of the stories she shared about her first interaction with Ike Turner was that he was mesmerizing. You know, there are a lot of abusers who are very charismatic, that keep your attention, that get you locked in, they hold you tight. They present themselves in this great light where everyone loves them, everyone says great things about them, but it's not until you get wrapped into their mindset and their control where they show the evil side of them. And it's unfortunate that sometimes it doesn't happen very quickly. It happens over time. And even with Tina Turner's life, she shared with us that it took years for them to even start dating or being romantically involved. But once she was involved and she tried to leave him, the abuse started. How often has that happened in your life? Where you tried to leave because you see the red flags, you see that the relationship is not healthy, and you want to leave that person, but then the abuse starts and you get into a place where you're not safe anymore. If you ever watch documentaries or just old footage of Tina Turner and Ike Turner, where they've been interviewed, they performed on stage together, seemed to be so loving, and Tina Turner was so supportive, and behind the scenes, she was getting her behind beat. And that's often the case with women who are in professional settings where they're career-minded, they're high-achieving women. They can go to work and present themselves like everything's okay in their world, especially women who we consider to be strong Black women. Strong Black women have the ability to put on this mask and let people know that, you know, everything's great, but behind closed doors, they're crying at night, they're sad, they're lonely, they're hurting, they're in so much pain, but they don't feel like they can share that with the world because that would make them appear to be weak. And no one wants to be weak. No one wants to be vulnerable as much as we tell people to be more vulnerable. We don't want to be vulnerable. We want to be transparent. Tina Turner experienced intimate partner violence not once, but many times. And that's often the case for women who are in romantic relationships with their abuser, and they feel like they can't leave. They feel like they can love them through the pain, or they can love them into being a better person. And that's just not the case. Tina Turner had what's called toxic loyalty, and sometimes we do too, where we're so loyal to the people that are hurting us especially our romantic partner, we're so loyal to staying in that relationship because we see the promise at the other end if it works out. But how long does that take for us to get to the other end? And do we ever get there? Tina Turner even tried to end her life because it was too much to bear. She was so loyal that she felt like the only way out of this relationship was to end her life. Have you been there? Has that been you? If that's you today, I want you to call 988, which is a suicide prevention hotline, and you can talk to a professional that can help you with that in this moment. Don't be afraid to make that call. Tina Turner masked her pain. She protected her abuser, but there came a time where she said, enough is enough, and I got to get out of here. And thankfully she did. And if you see the journey of her life afterwards, she ended up finding love. She had to leave her abuser. She had to keep her name. She had to grind and work so hard just to survive financially and to rebuild her career with herself without her abusive partner. And she did it. And if you see all the music she created and all the power that came behind her songs, you know, even in the 80s, I remember watching her in videos and seeing how much strength she had and her swag, and she was just an amazing woman. She was so beautiful. I didn't know as a kid that she was going through all that trauma and all that pain and abuse, but seeing her story and hearing her story now, it's just amazing of how resilient she is. And I'm pretty sure that if you're watching this and you have been a victim of intimate partner violence, you're just as resilient. Think about how much strength it takes to endure that pain day by day, hour by hour. Sometimes that pain occurs not just once a week, not just once a year, but it can escalate into where it's a daily occurrence, where it's happening multiple times a day. And if you're at that point, I beg you to get to safety. I beg you to tell someone that you trust that can help you get out of that toxic relationship. I want to share with you the words from Tina Turner's song, What's Love Got to Do With It? In the middle of her journey in this song, she shares with us, I've been taking on a new direction, but I have to say, I've been thinking about my own protection. It scares me to feel this way. How raw and truthful is that? Sometimes when we leave abusive relationships and we get into a new relationship, we're scared, we're nervous. And we come into that relationship wanting to protect ourselves, wanting to protect our heart, because we don't know if this relationship is going to be like the last. We don't know if we're going to have to fight for love or fight for our safety in this relationship. And we can enter that relationship with avoidant attachment style. Tina Turner clearly had avoidant attachment style in this song, where she's like, what's love got to do with it? I'm done with this. I don't need this anymore. But she really wanted it. She wanted relationship. She wanted connection. I'm pretty sure you do too. If we learn nothing else from the life of Tina Turner, one thing that we can always take from her life is that we are resilient women. We are strong women. We deserve love, and there is love on the other side. If you're that strong Black woman who's asking herself, what's love got to do with it? Love has a lot to do with it. Love doesn't hurt. Love is not supposed to kill us. Love is supposed to bring life and life-giving relationships. And so I challenge you, if you've been in a domestic violence relationship or intimate partner violence relationship, find love. Look for love. Hold on to the love. And if that love means it's only inside of yourself, you hold on to that.